Here's 3 harsh truths about the TikTok ban. Number 1, channel dependency. There are a lot of business TikTok creators in the US who, when the ban happened, their lead flow shut down overnight. It's a harsh reminder that for all social media, no matter how big your following is, you do not own that audience. And it's that old adage of you should never put all of your eggs in one basket. So from a social media standpoint, although I'm a huge believer and a strong advocate for focusing on one channel, especially as you're just getting going with video, you do want to have a presence on at least 1 or 2 other platforms, so that if anything were to happen to your primary channel, you have a backup in place. Number 2, it does not matter how big your audience is on social media, you do not own the individual platforms. So the goal of all social media is to attract people, almost like a shop front, but then you want them to come into your store, and the meaning of that is you want them to interact with your brand, give an email in exchange for some sort of value. Once they give their email address, you now have that direct relationship with them that you can build through an email newsletter or things that you actually do own, so that regardless of what happens with social media, you will keep those connections. And finally, number 3, and this is the thing that matters most to Australian businesses, if you are a business that operates independent of jurisdiction, so you might be a coach, consultant, an agency, and you can really work with anyone all over the world, what's now going to happen on LinkedIn is you have a huge amount of business creators on TikTok who've now had that scare and are now realizing they're dependent on one channel. So it's highly likely that they'll come over to LinkedIn with their huge bank of content and take away from the audience that you could be winning. So it now becomes even more important to be present with video, and not only present, but doing really good quality stuff that makes people want to have conversations with you. Now, I'd love to know, do you have any other takeaways from this ban? What have been your observations? Put it in the comments below. Cheers.